I'm about to blow. I gotta stay on my hustle, you know that I'm grinding for sure. I came out right from the bottom, now they see me chasing my goals. Now they see me on the go, yeah. Now they see me on the road. It's time to hustle, yeah, it's time to grow. I'ma shoot for the stars and we aim for the gold. It's time to hustle, yeah, it's time to grow.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Hustlers. I'm your host, Loss. We've got a pretty special guest on today, Aaron Simpson from Love Island. Bro, que te pe here koe?
Ketu pie, bro, just chilling. Yeah, just been chilling really. Had a film premiere last night, so got back from that quite late. So yeah, a little bit tired this morning. So got my coffee in my hand. But yeah, all good.
Bro, obviously we've just been talking about it before we started, but how's life been outside the villa?
Crazy. Like it's just another lifestyle, and I knew it would be different, but to what extent would be different is it's just another world, bro. Like people, I'm walking down the street and people are just like shouting my name, asking me for pictures and stuff, and like it's strange. And it's not just like for me. Like yesterday, I went out with my little sister, and we went to a film premiere, a movie premiere, and like for her it must be so strange because to her I'm just her big brother.
Yeah.
But like people are like proper asking me for photos and stuff, and obviously because it was in London, it's a little bit kind of busier than where I live. So yeah, it's nuts, but I'm getting used to it. Just kind of taking everything in my stride, and that's what you can really do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I find it cool, bro, that like you actually, like if you think about in the whole term of the whole show, you came on like quite late, but like people still know you as well as all the guys that went on at the start. And like even there's people that went on before you that I don't even remember their name. There was a girl at the very start that was on at the very start. She started and she was off, and I don't remember her name. But like, you know, like you weren't one of those original Islanders yet. Like you portray that, like people think of you as like, oh, that's Aaron off Love Island. Like to anyone, you're like one of those Islanders that were on there the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think I was a little bit gutted that I didn't go in earlier, obviously, because I wanted to be in there for as long as possible. But I think coming out, I was almost like fresh in everyone's minds. So that's probably why everyone kind of does recognize me and stuff. And obviously I was really close. I was left a couple of days before the final. So I was basically there right up until the end. I think it was only I left, and then there was maybe only 2 or 3 days until it was the final. So yeah. But yeah, no, I'd like to think I made a good impression. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, man, it's just crazy. Like just so different to what I'm used to.
Right, well, we're gonna go through like your whole journey, just like a story. We'll go from the start, bro. I'll quickly make a shout out to our sponsor, White NZ. It's a teeth whitening company, bro. So they've sent me this little box, which is pretty razzly. Pretty much, you know, get those pearlers nice and white, get the smile going. You can use Hustlers discount code at checkout, and you'll get $20 off your first order. So go and do that now. But we'll crack into it, bro. From the beginning, where did Aaron Simpson grow up?
So I was born in East London, Leytonstone. My dad's kind of from Jamaican heritage, and my mum's British. So yeah, grew up there for the first 4 or 5 years. And then I moved to Kent, which is just outside of London. So a little bit more like the suburbs, a little bit quieter, like a predominantly like white area. Yeah. So yeah, and then that's where I grew up and had my childhood.
You into reggae or?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So like my dad and like his side of the family is all kind of like old school R&B, like lovers rock, like proper 80s music. So to be fair, the music in my house is very good. I have to give it to both my parents. They both got very good music taste, and it can like sway from like reggae to like proper old school hip hop to like Luther Vandross. So there's loads of stuff going on in my house. My dad's got DJ decks downstairs, and when he gets on them, it's decent to be fair. So So yeah, but yeah, and then obviously I moved to Kent, and that's where like I grew up and went to school and stuff.
Like we talked about like how obviously you've grown as like your social personality, like it's grown massively since you've come out. But like you also played football before you went in, like and was that, were you playing professionally, right?
Yeah, so when I was 17, I signed at Wolverhampton Wanderers. So I was there for 4.5, 5 years, and then I left there. I played in Ireland for a little bit. I've been on loan in Spain, Scotland. I've played all over. I'm a proper journeyman. So um, yeah, like to be fair, I feel like I had a lot of good kind of life experiences before a lot of other people would have, if you know what I mean, because I moved away like 3.5 hours away from home at 17. Had to move in with like I don't know what you'd call it over there, like we call it digs. It's like how do you call it, like a host family, almost like a foster
Yeah,
family, but
yeah,
they're employed by the club to look after you and feed you and whatever. So I had to do that when I was 17, which was like crazy because I'm a real like family person, and
yeah.
like we're all so close here to then, yeah, literally moving away into a house with people that I've never ever met before. And then when I was 18, kind of was just, yeah, living by myself, kind of just doing my own thing. So I feel like I had to experience and maybe even grow up a lot quicker than other people were my age. And it was funny because when I was coming home and I was like seeing people, say if I would go to a club maybe back home and I'd see people that I went to school with or sixth form with or whatever, it was like I felt almost more mature than them because they were still like just living at home, just
Yeah,
doing their
yeah.
college and stuff. And I was like, I had a proper job. Like it was crazy. So yeah, was there for a while. And then played in Ireland, came home. I was a little bit what's the word? I was just sick and tired of constantly moving around and not being settled anywhere. So I decided to play for a team near me back home and move back. And then, yeah, so that was the season before last. And then last season, I was with Sutton United, who we won the league as well last season. So,
So
yeah.
what kind of comps that, bro? Like, because I'm not like massive into football. My partner's family actually, they religiously play football, and but I'm not massive in it. So what kind of level were you playing at in that?
So when I was at Wolves, they were in like the second division. So you've obviously got like the Premier League, which is obviously like Man United, Chelsea. So now they're in the Premier League. When I signed, they're in the league below that, in the Championship, so like the second
All right.
division. And then I was playing in the fifth tier last season.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
But
okay.
it was still kind of like full time, and it
Yeah.
was my job, if you know what I mean. So
It's funny you said like talking about having to grow up quick, bro. Because like in New Zealand here, our big sport's rugby. And I don't know if you've heard of the All Blacks. Have you heard of the All Blacks?
yeah.
So yeah, the rugby's massive here, bro, and the game's only getting younger. And like I've played rugby my whole life, and I got thrown in at a young age too. And I talk about this a lot on my podcast, and I have a lot of guests that talk about it too. And just how you're forced to sort of make adult decisions quite young, and it's almost, I don't know if you felt it or not, but did you feel like, because I feel like some kids will thrive with it, and then some like can't handle it. Did you feel like there was a balance there, like with other kids as well that were sort of in amongst it?
Yeah, 100%. So there was a big group of people who, when I started, were like unbelievable players, and I signed at 17, my age. But by the time I left at 22, none of them were there, and
Yeah,
it was like, but it wasn't because they weren't good footballers, because they were unbelievable footballers. But a lot of it is just like they couldn't deal with being away from home. They didn't have the right attitude off of the pitch. There's so many factors that a lot of people kind of don't understand. And for me, I remember after my first contract, I wasn't too sure whether I was going to get a second one, and the guy said, like, we're giving you this contract out of the benefit of the doubt, really, because we weren't too sure who to pick, but you were newer. And I was like, the benefit of the doubt. Okay, that's how you want to play it. So that was like a kick up the arse for me, because I knew that I was taking the piss a little bit. I was going out a lot. Like, we used to have a university near me, and like the uni nights, we used to go like religiously every week, like clockwork, because our days off were just so in sync. So uni days were Tuesday night and Thursday night, and we had Wednesdays and Fridays off. So, like, and I'm telling you, bro, you go in with like £20, it's like £1 drinks. Like £1. Do you know what a Jaeger bomb is? I don't know.
Yeah, I know what a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah, so
I live under a fucking rock, bro.
Yeah. I didn't know it was called something different over there. But yeah, so like going with £20 and you're sorted. Do you know what I mean? But I was doing that a lot, and I feel like the group I was in was doing it a lot as well, and they probably knew that. And because I wasn't, look, I've never been someone who's like an amazing footballer, right? But what I do have is I will work and work and work until I'm at a point where, so when I first went into Wolves, I was the worst player by far, bro. Like, they were all, I was here, but they were all like another level. In the training sessions, they used to pop it around me and stuff, and I was like a headless chicken. But like, if I look back at it now to when I first went to when I left Wolves, I was a completely different player. I was just as good technically as a lot of them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I had to work for it. But I think a lot of them, because they were technically gifted, they just thought that was enough to get them through. But the reason why they signed me was because of like my work ethic, my kind of my work rate and stuff, and like my leadership skills on the pitch. So I still had all of those qualities, but I was just growing as a player, which was why out of, I'd say maybe 23 players that were there when I signed, my age, there was only 3 of us there when I left, and I was one of them.
I think you notice as well, like a lot of it's resonating with me, like in terms of like rugby and stuff as well. Like the guys coming out of school and stuff that are the stars and the talented players and stuff, and they go into these professional environments, and then slowly, you know, they'll be the first ones to make all the pro teams. They'll be the first ones to get their first debut. But then slowly they just knock off. And these guys that are just always working hard, you see them always there. They're always the ones that are in the gym first and out of the gym last and on the field doing extras at the end. They're the guys that stay there, and they might make it a little bit later, like might crack it a bit later than the other guys did, but they're there for the, you know, like 10 times. Yeah. I definitely see that, bro. 100%.
100%, bro. And it's like hard work beats talent every single day of the week. And unfortunately, like in England, because football's such a, like, it's the main sport really, and because there's so much like money in it, a lot of younger players now at like a lot of these big like pro teams, because they get paid so much at such a young age, they think like everything's just going to be handed to them. And then like, I know boys who are on like grands and grands a week, and they've never even like touched the first team. Like, they haven't had to like work for they haven't played a single minute for the first team, but they're on grands and grands, and they're probably like 17, 18. That's
a different thing to like obviously where you are to us as football. There is so much, like what's the highest paid football player on, or and the average football player?
It depends. The highest paid player, I'm not too sure who it is. Maybe it's either going to be Messi, Ronaldo, or Neymar, but I'd probably say like 400 grand a week. So I'm not too sure what that is in dollars, but it will be more dollars, right?
Yeah, what's that? 400 pounds.
Yeah, 400,000 pounds. Yeah.
God, that'd be double here. So 800,000.
Yeah. So, and then that's just through football, and like they've got all the endorsements as well. So their sponsorship deals, like they'll maybe get percentage of the, you know, when they sell the kits and stuff. Like some of their deals are crazy, bro. Like honestly, some of the deals are nuts.
That's fucked, man. So yeah, you were playing, and then at what point? Were you playing when you sort of found out you were going into Love Island?
Yeah, so I remember the whole kind of process started in January, and that was the middle of the season. So the season doesn't finish until like the end of May. So I remember the process started. I had a couple of interviews online just like this. And then they said that they wanted me to go to like the studio. So I said, look, like I can't just like come any day that you want me to and like ask for a day off work. It doesn't work like that. Like, so I had to make sure it was on my days off from football and stuff. And basically I was still at football right until the time where they said, yes, we want you to come on the show. So I was like, I just said, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm there, whatever.
How'd you find it?
So I was actually at a game, funnily enough, and my phone, the thing is, it was such a long-winded process, bro. And I was waiting for the call for about 2 weeks. And I knew that it would be from like an unknown number. So I remember I was at football. We had a game. It was at football, and I was there obviously a little bit early. My phone went, and my heart just sunk. I was like, oh shit. Answered the phone, like had to run up into the stand, like so no one was around me, no one could hear me. And yeah, one of the producers was just like, oh, sorry, it's been so long, blah blah blah. We'd love to have you on the show as a bombshell, whatever. And then yeah, so that's just how I found out. But that was probably maybe the beginning of May. Yeah, probably the beginning of May, and the whole process started in January. So like it's a very, very long process. Like there's so many interviews and medicals and yeah, loads and loads of stuff that you gotta do. But yeah, so then that was that. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I hung up the phone and I was like, right, well, if I get a new deal, we're getting promoted. So that was gonna be a very tough decision. If I got a new deal and Love Island wanted me because it was like back in the top tier, like the top divisions in the UK for football, or go on Love Island. And it was like it would have been a horrible decision to make. I don't know what I'd have done. But when I spoke to the man, I was assuming that I was going to get a new deal as well. So my head was like, right, let me just get this sorted, and then I'll have to just choose what I want to do. I don't know what I'll do, but I'll have to just cross that bridge when we get to it. And then so I'm walking in the manager's office, all kind of like smiling and expecting him to just say, right, you've done well this season, like we're going to give you another deal and stuff. And then he was just like, look, I think you've done really well this season, and whatever, but we're not gonna do anything with you next year. And that's the first time that I've ever not been given a contract, ever. So I was a bit like, I was shocked, but I was a little bit like at the same time, right, okay, well, that's my decision made.
Yeah,
It almost like it forced my hand. So, because I was gonna probably say, I'll sign a new deal, but if something better comes up at a team where I'm gonna play every single week, then I'll probably go. So yeah, it forced my hand, and yeah, I regret it? No, I don't. Put it that way.
I've seen a couple videos, bro. Like in terms of now, are you looking at #United or what's the go?
I don't know, bro. I don't think so. I just went down and had a good training session with them, and like the manager was nice enough to kind of let me down there, because it's been a long time, and like I think people forget that I used to train every single day, and then from May I hadn't touched a football, so that was my first time like properly training since. It was like having a 3-month injury, like It was crazy. So yeah, no, it was good to get back into it, man, and hopefully sooner rather than later I'll be back on the pitch. So you just have to keep your eyes peeled for that one. Maybe something coming soon.
Okay, all right. What's your best 3K time, bro? Because I've seen you've been putting up a few 3Ks up on the gram.
Yeah, so I do 5Ks. So I think that's like 3 miles, right? Is that 3 miles?
We go Ks. Yeah, 5K.
Oh, you go. Yeah, so I do 5K. So my PB is 18 minutes 19 seconds. Yeah, that's my PB, and my 10K time is 38 minutes, like 42 maybe.
Bro, football is Fitness, the conditioning is crazy. You guys just got to run and run.
Yeah, so like I started it, a lot of it in like the first lockdown. I'd never ever ran like a 5K, 10K. And then in lockdown, I obviously just was bored and thought, you know what, I need to keep fit. Because I didn't know like when we were going back to football, I didn't know what was going on. And then yeah, one day I just woke up and thought, you know what, I'm just gonna run a half marathon. So near me, I live like quite near a beachfront, so it's like really, really flat and just straight. So yeah, literally woke up, drove there, didn't eat nothing. Like I just literally had a coffee before I went, got out the car and just ran. Bro, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. But got to about 16K. My calves was cramping up, my chest was just so tight. I was thinking, I don't know if I can do this. I was getting stitches in places I didn't even know you could get. Bro, it was crazy. Like that's the most I've ever run, because I'm not really a long distance runner like that. But yeah, it was nuts. So I did the half in an hour and a half dead on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a pretty average time. But for me, it was like a big thing because I'd never ever ran that far before ever. So
massive, bro. That's huge.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
go back, bro. Go back to let's go back to, so you found out in around May, and how, so what was the process from there to actually getting onto the show?
So from then you have to do like loads of social media checks and stuff. So yeah, you got to do medical, social media checks, like you have to see like a, not a therapist, like a psychologist, I think it's called. Yeah, just to make sure like you're all good and stuff. And yeah, bro, it's such a long-winded process. So I had to get rid of like all of my social media basically, because yeah, back in the day it was crazy. So just Aaron tweeted from his BlackBerry and just stupid stuff. So yeah, that was that. And then but the funny thing is, bro, you don't know you're flying until like a couple of days before you're flying. So they're saying, yeah, we want you, but they always say to you, it's not 100% until you step foot in the villa. So even when you've flown out there and you're quarantining out there, like it's not guaranteed you're going in. I think there was people that flew out there, quarantined, and then didn't get on the show, so they just flew back.
Oh my god! Where do you
So
fly?
like, what's that? Sorry,
Fly to?
Mallorca. It's in Mallorca.
Where's that?
Like Spain, like an island just off of Spain.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so obviously I knew that my flight was like gonna be roughly around the 4th of July. So, but I didn't get my flight confirmation until like the 2nd. So I didn't actually know what time my flight was, where I was flying from, nothing like that. And
What?
then, bro, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. I think because what they say is like, because in there they have to just go with the flow of the villa. It can't just be like, right, this person's going to go in at this point, this person's going to go in at this point, because two people might couple up and then that might be the only person that you like. So there's no point in you going in. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And little thing like the villa just changes all the time. So they can't say that you're going in on this date because it might not be the right dynamics in the villa for you to go in.
So you get
I mean,
to see all the people like before you go in.
No. You don't meet any of them. You're just you're in a villa by yourself and you have a chaperone. So literally, so I was there for 2.5 weeks in one, and you can't step foot outside of the villa, not even one single step outside of the front door. So I was literally just stuck in a villa for 2.5 weeks. Bro, I ran 10K around a little swimming pool. The pool was probably, but I'll have to send you I've got like a time warp of it. It was just me just going like this around this little swimming pool. Oh, it's so funny. So yeah, like, bro, it was crazy. And you can't tell anyone that you're there. You just have to just chill, just on your phone, watch TV, like work out. That's all you can do. So that was for 2.5 weeks. So then my experience was different to a lot of people. So if you watch the show, I went in with Priya.
Yeah.
And she was literally there for 2.5 weeks, and then she went straight in. So I was there from the 4th of July. 2.5 weeks went by, and then they were like, "We're gonna send you on a little break." I was like, "A little break?" And yeah, so basically they wanted me to go in like as one of the last bombshells. So basically I went and stayed in, I broke my quarantine because that's the reason for it all, because of obviously COVID and stuff. I broke my quarantine, and then I went and stayed in a hotel for 4 days. And bro, the hotel was unbelievable. It was so sick. So me and my chaperone just went there. Bro, it was crazy. Went out, lost my phone, got steaming. It was crazy. But yeah, anyway.
Wait, why did you do that?
So basically, because they didn't want me to just be locked up in this villa for literally, it would have been what, 5 weeks.
Right.
So they were like, go have a little break. And I wasn't quarantining, so it was just like a normal kind of resort hotel. But obviously no one knew who I was or why I was there, because I hadn't been on the show yet. So it was just normal. So yeah, I've done that. We went out one night to a bar, ended up losing my phone. Me and my chaperone both got really drunk. So yeah, that was fun. And then my mum had to send me a new phone out. Oh, it was crazy, bro. But anyway, so done that. And then I swapped chaperones. So your chaperone's basically like your babysitter. To put it bluntly, like just to make sure you're all right and stuff. And then I switched chaperones, went back to another villa, and then had to do another two weeks. So I was out there in total for like 4.5 weeks before I went in. And obviously the last week I didn't have my phone either, because they take it off of you. So you're literally just there, just chilling. Yeah, bro.
How far is your villa from the actual villa? Do you know?
I guess maybe like half an hour.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But bro, you don't have any concept of time. Remember, you don't know the time. You don't know what time of day it is. It's crazy.
So with those little phones in your pocket or whatever that you have, it doesn't have the time on it.
No time. Never ever. I never ever knew the time once when I was in there.
What?
Yeah. So you have no concept of time. So like, I think that's why we end up going to bed so late. So I think a lot of the time, like we would end up going to bed like 4, 5 in the morning, like 6 in the morning. We'd be up filming and stuff, but because you don't know the time, you don't get tired. Well, you're obviously very tired, but you don't get so tired because you're like, oh my God, it's bedtime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't know the time. So it's crazy, bro. Crazy.
So when they told you were going in, how did that all happen?
So I remember being in the hotel, being in the villa, sorry. And then my chaperone said, right, like we need to go and shoot your bits before. So, you know, like when you walk out of the pool and stuff and all them sexy shots, you know, all of them bits. So I had to shoot that. And I knew that from then I was either going in the next day or the day after.
Yeah.
And then so I'd done that during the day, and then I had to go to the villa. So, you know, like when you're walking in and you see me and Priya walking in hand, that wasn't actually on the day. That was the day before.
Oh.
So we went to the villa, filmed all of that. And then from we filmed that, I was like, okay, I can breathe. I know they're not sending me home now. I'm going in the villa tomorrow. It's all good. And then, yeah, so I remember during that night, I was buzzing. I was like, oh, yes, come on. I can't even look at the time because I don't know what the time is. So I don't have my phone, nothing. I haven't got a watch. So I'm just laying there like, oh God, come on, please just be morning. And then that day I was just buzzing, bro. Like, yeah, buzzing, packed all my stuff, and then went there. And I didn't know I was actually going on a date till I got there.
Oh, right.
So that kind of threw me off a little bit. I wasn't nervous the whole time. Honestly, I'll be drop dead truthful. I said to my mum, I was like, Mum, I'm not nervous at all. Like, I feel like I should be nervous, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But I'm just a very chilled out, like kind of laid back guy. Nothing really phases me. So I was just like, yeah, cool. Let's do it.
When did you pick your dates?
Literally when I got there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I literally got there. Well, it was funny actually, because I didn't even pick them. Like one of the execs come in and was like, oh, so obviously you've picked who you're going on a date with. And I was like, huh? A date? And he was like, oh, you didn't know? And I was like, nah. And he was like, who would you have picked anyway? And I said, Mary and Chloe. And he was like, oh, perfect. That's who you picked anyway. So I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. So I literally found out when I was at the villa. So yeah. And then from then, the rest is history. You saw the rest of it anyway. So
yeah. So feeling walking in, obviously you walked through and you didn't feel nervous at all. Sat down and then were
you
you
know
just,
what? I was only nervous when I found out I was having the dates because it was a night time. I assumed that it was just like I'm just gonna walk in and just chat to everyone and stuff. But then when they was like, "Oh, you got a date,"
yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I got 2 dates. Not even just 1 date, 2." All right, cool. And then, bro, I don't know if it comes across like this, but the door to walk into the villa is huge. Like it's massive. And I'm not the tallest of guys. So when I'm walking in and this door is just huge, like it's crazy. That's when I was like, wow, this is actually happening. Like, and then obviously I think Priya was probably a little bit more nervous than I was, but yeah, like once I was sat down in the chair, I went on my first date was with Mary, I think. Yeah, like I was calm. It was just like, all right, cool, we're here now. Let's rock.
Did you think like, well, how long did it take you to sort of feel like, surely when you sat down, you were like, fuck, like cameras are on me. Did you feel like that or?
I think I was so focused on making sure the dates didn't go badly that I forgot about the cameras a little bit. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, okay. And like, even for the first couple of days, bro, I'm a daydreamer. So I'll just be sitting there like this, like looking into a camera. And I don't realize I'm even doing it. And then I'll be like, oh shit, I can't even look there. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, it's crazy. But there's just cameras just everywhere.
Yeah. What do they look like? Are they like,
so a lot of them are just like little, like almost CCTV cameras.
yeah.
A lot of them are like that. And then there's like in the walls, there's like panels and they slide them back. And then that's when they got the big boy ones.
They're videoing those ones.
Yeah, but you can't really see them like that.
Here's something I've always wanted to know watching that show. Where is the room that you guys like talk to the camera? You know that room?
Oh yeah, so there's two.
Oh right. Where are they in the actual villa?
So one of them's not in the villa. One of them's like outside of the villa, and the other one's upstairs, like yeah, one of them's upstairs, like right down like a long corridor.
So is there heaps of the villa that we actually don't see?
The only bits you probably really don't see are trying to think. You don't really see the downstairs bathroom, do you?
No, I think I only saw it once when Jake went in there.
Yeah, so that apart from that, not really. You see there's cameras everywhere. Yeah, there's literally cameras everywhere, bro. So you see everything.
Is there like any days where you didn't film?
So you have like what is called a down day. And so like basically you'll remember I was saying we used to go to bed really, really late. So there'll be like some days where you go to sleep, they make you go to sleep like proper early, like probably, I don't know, 10 o'clock, maybe 10 p.m. So obviously you don't film those nights. Yeah. So and yeah, and you stay in like what's it called, same-sex beds and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because obviously yes, they're all just horny guys in there. So like they separate you, so just to make sure that you actually like sleep, because bro, like the filming days are long. Like I genuinely reckon, I remember when I left the villa and I came out, I looked at that was the first time I saw the time, because it was an English taxi, and if you like use Apple Pay and you tap it on the card reader, I remember it said like 4:30 English time, so that would have probably been like what, 5:30 UK Spanish time.
Yeah, okay.
I was late, bro. So yeah, you need those days to like actually get a proper night's sleep.
That's crazy, bro. There's just so much shit that like I feel like we don't really know.
Yeah, there's loads of stuff that like you guys don't know, and like some things you would never even think of. Like, for example, like we didn't listen to music the whole time.
Oh,
You can't listen to music. So like imagine that. Imagine how often you listen to music. I don't know about you, but I listen to music 24/7.
yeah, right.
I'm
Not
not listening to it, I'm singing it.
wait. So even like the parties they throw you, you don't have music.
Yeah, but it's not like a party. Let me just say, it's a lot shorter than you'd think.
All right.
The party is a lot shorter than you think.
And I feel like half the time they say, "Oh, you do this, you win a party," but like half the time they were just going to give you the party anyway.
I remember there was one time where we could have won a party, but we didn't actually win it. We didn't. I think it was the challenge where remember where we had to place them on the podiums.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that challenge, we lost that challenge. So we was meant to have a party that night, but we didn't even get one. I was fuming.
Okay. Yeah. So it does happen.
So yeah, we could have won a party for that night, but we didn't actually get one, which is upsetting.
Do you have any stories of like shit that happened that no one knows that wasn't filmed?
I'm trying to think. Not really, bro. Like anything big that happened, obviously made it on the show. There's loads of like stuff like conversations and like little bit. So I remember we done a challenge and it wasn't actually on the main show. Like it was on the what's it called? Like on the Saturday, like the best bits, kind of like the unseen bits. Sorry, it wasn't on and wasn't on there. So there was loads of stuff that I'd thought would be on the show, but it actually wasn't.
Right. Yeah.
But I haven't watched the show back, so I can't say.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Nah, bro. It's weird. I can't watch it.
What, you're not going to watch?
I watched the first 2 episodes, and then after that, I was like, I can't watch this. This is just weird.
What? Surely you watch that.
And do you know what's funny? I've spoken to like a lot of the previous Islanders, like Michael. You know Michael Griffiths. Me and him have the same management, and I was speaking to him the other day, and he was like, he's never watched it.
Oh, what?
Yeah, bro. I don't know. Maybe it's just like everyone's different, but me personally, I probably won't watch it. Yeah.
Sorry, what was it?
I just find it weird, bro. Like watching yourself on TV. I just find it strange.
Yeah, well, I guess it would be. It would be pretty strange. Was there any people in it that were portrayed differently to like what we all thought? I'm going to give you an example. Everyone, well, not everyone, but majority of people here fucking hated Faye. Like,
Yeah.
Like, fuck, she was a bitch. But like, was she actually?
Do you know what? Faye has actually got a heart of gold. Her heart is in such a good place, and she's actually like really funny. Like she's got quite a dry sense of humor and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know like she's got a lot of hate like since coming out and stuff. And I know I went in and I said to her, I feel like you're gonna be like Marmite. We're either gonna get along or I'm gonna hate you. And I said that to her when I went in there. But do you know what? Me and Faye got along so well. And I just kind of when I went in there, I was just kind of honest with her. And I said, obviously before I went in, that was when the big her and Teddy situation happened. That was just the day before. So I hadn't seen that at the time. So I was just speaking about the whole kind of situation. And I just said, like, if you're not careful, you're going to end up like pushing him away and stuff and whatever. And I was just like, look, like me and you will clash if you like kick off and stuff. And I think because I went in there and I was so honest and so kind of blunt with her, she immediately respected me. So me and Faye got along really, really well. And like, to be fair, I've got nothing but love for her because she, to me, she was nothing but kind, and like she was there for me, giving me advice and stuff and whatever. And she knows that I don't agree with some of the way she acted in there, but to me, she was like a friend to me in there, to be fair. So like I don't have a bad word to say anything about her, but yeah, I can understand why people would, but it's hard because you're literally seeing 40 minutes, not even an hour because of adverts, 40 minutes of 24 hours. Yeah. Think about how much stuff happens in a day.
100%.
Like, oh yeah. So she's got a heart of gold, but she's got a screw loose. I think she'll openly admit that.
Yeah. Well,
We'll ask her, but yeah, no, she's cool, man.
maybe she has to jump on next. So were you watching the show before you actually went in?
What do you mean, as in like previous series or this series?
This series, like the series that was.
So yeah, so you get sent a link. Your chaperone will get sent a link, and then you watch like the episode. And then, but yeah, then a couple of days before, you don't see anything, so you don't know 100% what's going on. So when I went in, remember the night when it was the movie night, and that's when Faye really kicked off. I didn't see that.
Oh, right.
I didn't see that when I went in, so I didn't know. So people were telling me like Faye kicked off, and I didn't really understand it at the time until I came out and I saw like the clips of it, and I was like, oh, she kicked off like that.
Did she?
I was like, yeah, okay, makes sense now. Because it literally from when I was in there, the first couple of days, her and Teddy didn't really talk.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking this is a little bit strange, like, what the hell? And then it wasn't until I come out and I saw like the clips of it, I was like, oh, she kicked off like that.
Bro, you guys must all be like so close now. Like you've spent, what, I don't know, what the best part of like a month together in this villa with no conversations to anyone outside, stuck in this together on television worldwide. Like, surely you guys like, you fuck them, be like your family now.
Yeah, 100%. And like, it's one of them ones where it's all like one big dysfunctional family. And like, I personally got along with everyone in there. There wasn't anyone I didn't get along with. So for me, like, I was cool with everyone, but there's obviously some that I was closer to than others. So like coming out, I've spoke to Toby pretty much every single day, and Chloe as well, to be fair. And I spoke to Brett quite a lot because he came in after me. So I feel like I was the one who kind of was most relatable to him and stuff. So yeah, spoken to Brett quite a bit, Teddy as well. But like the others I've spoken to, but not how I speak to like Toby and Chloe or Teddy and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Obviously we had Lib's birthday party the other day, which was nuts. And yeah, it was nuts. And then yeah, I went out with Millie, Liam, and Lucinda, and Toby and Chloe. So yeah, that was fun. That was one what I didn't know, because obviously I never met her from the show, so I only saw what you guys seen of Lucinda. Yeah. So that was the first time I'd ever met her, and she was completely different to what I thought she was going to be. Like, she could actually like hold a conversation. She was like quite funny and stuff. Yeah. But the way like it came across was like she didn't really have much to say, and she just said really all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
bro. Yeah. Just a little bit ditzy on there, and she would always be like,
but like literally, she's actually really not like that at all. Right. She's actually really not like that. So yeah, it's been weird, like meeting the Islanders that I wasn't in there with, because obviously remember there was more Islanders I'd never met than I'd actually met, because like everyone had mainly like gone.
Yeah,
I was there right at the end. So like people like Aaron Francis, like all the guys from Casa and Moore, like I never met them. Sharon, never met them till I came out.
Yeah. Well, so that brand, bro, that you guys all wear, I checked it, I searched it up, and it was Rewired or something.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that? Because you're all wearing it.
Yeah, so it's just like just what they give you in there. So I'm guessing like it's a sponsor, or they've got like one deal. So yeah, like all the caps and stuff that you wear have to be rewired. So to be fair, there are actually some good caps. I've got a couple in there, so they're actually quite nice caps. I've got some swimming trunks, some vests as well, some t-shirts. So yeah, I got quite a bit of stuff from there.
Did you have to take much in? Like, did you have to take quite a lot in?
Yeah, because remember, bro, I flew on the 4th of July, so I didn't know whether I was gonna go in the first week or the last week. So I had to pack for literally the whole time. And then obviously I was only in there for 2 weeks, but no, it was funny. So a lot of the stuff that you pack, you can't actually wear because of strobing. I don't know if you have you ever like filmed a TV show or anything like that?
No.
So basically, so say for example, I'm trying to think of something. So you know, like if something was to have a pattern on it, you
Yeah.
can't wear it. You can't really wear it because because of the strobing, it messes with like the camera. So yeah, so bro, so basically all of my stuff was like printed, designed, like Larry like t-shirts, shirts and stuff. And we call it like strobe city. So like you'd have to hold it up to the camera like this and be like, is this all right to wear tonight? And then you wait for someone to be like, sorry, Aaron, you can't wear that. That's gonna strobe. But I'm like, fuck's sake. And I can't wear it. Like literally happened every single night, bro. It was so annoying. So like I had so many clothes, but I just couldn't wear them because they were all strobing.
Wait,
did you just mess?
So you held it up to the camera. So is there guys like watching and then they just like talk to you over the speaker?
Yeah, so it's like we call it like voice of God.
Okay, yeah.
So like obviously just for little stuff like I don't know. You know, like when you go to the beach hut, for example.
What? Sorry.
You know where you speak into the camera, the bit we was talking about earlier. So like if they might say, Aaron, can you go to beach hut 1? And then you go to beach hut 1.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So so literally like it's crazy. There's so much stuff that I had and I couldn't wear, and I was like I pictured all my outfits together. So I had loads of outfits. I knew what I was gonna wear with what, and half of the stuff I couldn't even wear. So I was gutted.
You have any
Yeah,
clothing brands or anything that were like, fuck, can you wear my stuff? Or
so you're not allowed to wear any brands in there. So like it all had to be, if you notice, if you watch the show back, there'll be no like, you wouldn't be able to wear like an Adidas top or something like that unless you got it from the show. Obviously JD was a sponsor, so JD done a couple of drops, so we got like some Nike shoes, some t-shirts and stuff, some Under Armour stuff. But yeah, apart from that, you can't wear any brands. So like say for this hoodie, for example, because it's got Boohoo on the back, I wouldn't be able to wear it. This hat I wouldn't be able to wear.
we like, because heaps of the boys, bro. So I run a clothing brand as well, bro. That's like that's my work. This is one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's called 138, bro. And like I'm also obviously now I'm always looking at like inspiration. Like I see guys and I go, holy shit, that's cool. Bro, the UK fashion, like what you guys wear, man, like on that show and like even what you're wearing now, like fuck, I vibe with it, bro. Like where was a lot of that stuff that those guys were wearing? Do you know where it was from?
So what, on the show?
Yeah, on the show.
So a lot of my stuff personally was like Reese. I don't know. Do you have Reese over there?
Nah, but I'm definitely looking it up. I'm gonna write that down.
So that's more of like that's where I got like all my polos and like the smarter stuff from. Obviously I Saw It First was a big sponsor, so a lot of the stuff was from there. That's like a fast fashion kind of brand. Obviously a lot of the like the sportswear that you got was either Rewired or from JD. And then I'm trying to think like what other places I was getting stuff from. So a lot of stuff I ordered beforehand was like from ASOS and just stuff like that. But literally because you couldn't wear like actual printed stuff, like bro, I had to buy a whole new outfit, like wardrobe. If I was to go show you my wardrobe right now, it's all printed. It's all like not designer, but like branded. Do you know what I mean? So it's either like Represent or it's either I don't know, Hera, Boohoo, it like Nike. Everything's branded. Balmain, Gucci, whatever. All of my tops are printed, bro. So like for me, I was like, right. I'm looking in my wardrobe before when I'm packing, and I'm thinking, right, I can't take any of this. So I had to literally buy a whole new wardrobe. Literally went Zara, oversized tees, just bare of them, just grabbing them, putting them in. Reese, I need some smart polos for nighttime, shirts. Like it was crazy. Now I've just got a completely different wardrobe that I'll probably never ever wear.
Well, if you want a new wardrobe, bro, I'll flick you through a message after this, man, and
shout me for sure, man.
If you like my stuff, I'll fucking send you some over if you vibe with it, bro.
Nah.
Food and alcohol wise, like, did you guys get fed well?
Yeah, so there was like, obviously you don't see us eat, but yeah, it's just like catering. So I don't mean it was like, I don't know, school kind of cafeteria kind of vibe. So you just have like chicken, rice, just normal everyday stuff. So yeah, so but you know what's weird? Because you wake up quite late, your first meal, like your first catered meal is lunchtime. So sometimes you'll wake up and you had like a curry for breakfast. It's nuts. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. But um yeah, yeah. So the food's actually all right. I didn't mind it personally, but I know a lot of the guys were a little bit like, it's not great, but I'm easy going, bro. I'll eat anything, me. So
Yeah. What when you walked in, so obviously you had already seen the girls, but you hadn't seen the boys.
yeah, no. So I'd seen everyone. I was watching the
That's so
show.
cool. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
Who are you?
um,
I think like I'm thinking it's pretty obvious, but are you like the closest probably with Toby out of everyone?
yeah, definitely. So coming out, obviously in there you're close to everyone, but I think it's not until you come out you know who like your real friends are.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not saying that the others aren't my real friends, but I can be friends with like or mates with you and not like not spend that much time with you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you've got to remember a lot of them have like girlfriends, the ones who I've met. So like Kaz and Tyler, obviously together, Teddy and Faye together, Millie and Liam together. The only other person in there is really Brett and Jake, boy wise, and Matt, to be fair. And to be fair, I spoke to Matt quite a bit since coming out as well. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah, so but yeah, no, I'm definitely closest with Toba. I think because we're both like similar in terms of like we both play football and stuff, and we're just very similar in that aspect of stuff. Like, yeah, we've just vibed, and it hasn't felt like forced. We went and grabbed food the other day. Obviously, we went wireless. I was meant to be meeting him tonight actually, funnily enough, but gonna wait until I think Sunday. So yeah, like he's definitely the boy that I'm closest to for sure. Yeah, that's bro.
You look like two peas in a pod, bro.
Yeah, and I think because we've come out and like we're obviously going through the same thing, like we're going through the same experience, like life's changing for both of us, and obviously his is on a much bigger scale than mine is because he was in the whole thing, like the star boy of the show. Do you know what I mean? But for me, it's not like I don't care about that. To me, he's just Toby in it. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like the reason why we get along so well is because even in there, like you could just tell that we just vibed from the off. So like coming out, it's just felt natural. Like it's like, and like you say, because it's such a intense environment, it feels like I've known him for ages.
Yeah. Did you feel like anyone was sort of like playing the game a bit, or like did you ever feel like, oh, you had yourself thinking like, I wonder if they're like sort of playing this for the game or not?
Yeah, I feel like, bro, you got to remember it's a cash prize at the end of it. It's a game show.
Yeah.
So everyone is playing the game to a certain extent. But I don't think I thought anyone was necessarily playing a game. It wasn't until like people started to point out certain things that I was a little bit like, okay, you might have a point. And obviously there was a big thing with Jake, Chloe, and Faye. They had like an argument, not an argument, but a disagreement and stuff. And obviously they were saying that Jake wasn't genuine, and I disagreed with it, but I could see where they were coming from.
Yeah.
So for me, coming in, Jake was so nice, so like warming and welcoming and stuff. Like it was almost like I couldn't really believe that what they were saying was true, because from my experience of meeting him, he was so cool and he seemed so genuine, like just a really nice guy. And then when they were saying that like him and Lib, they haven't really spent much time together since being in there and stuff, and just a couple of the things they were saying, I sat back, and you don't, because I was in there, I maybe didn't see it until they said it, and I was like, and I looked back and I was thinking, to be fair, I haven't really seen Jake and Lib spend that much time together. Do you know what I mean? So, but I feel like his feelings were 100% genuine, but I think that I feel like maybe it's a tough one. I feel like maybe towards the end, if it was on the outside world, I think they maybe both would have parted ways a little bit sooner.
Yeah, yeah.
But because obviously we were in there and stuff, then they didn't. But I know that like she obviously really liked him and he really liked her. So I don't think it wasn't genuine at all. But I just feel like yeah, on the outside world, maybe they would have called things a little bit earlier.
Let's talk about you and Mary, bro. So if I feel like a bit of a stalker, keep saying this, but saw in your gram that guys are it's not on anymore. How'd that come about? What happened?
Yeah, so obviously we left together, and we were kind of really excited about, because obviously we knew we had to stay and film after sun a couple of days later, so we were just going to be in a villa kind of together, just chilling and whatever. And then obviously when we've come out, she obviously unfortunately found out that her grandma died. So I feel like while she was in there, so she didn't know. So when she came out, she obviously was feeling a lot of emotions and stuff. And then obviously to find that out is like very hard. And I think from that moment, she just wanted to kind of be home, be around her loved ones, be around her family and stuff. And that was completely kind of understandable. And it was a little bit like gutting for me in the fact of I was really looking forward to like spending these kind of days with her outside of the villa. But yeah, obviously it was much harder for her because she obviously just wanted to be around her mom and her dad and obviously all of her family. So, and I know like we flew back on a Monday and she had the funeral on the Tuesday. So it was literally the next day. So like for her, it was just a lot. And obviously there was a load of like press come out and stuff saying that we'd split and whatever. And it was hard for me, bro, because I couldn't really comment on it because no one knew what she was going through. Yeah. So because she hadn't like told the public or done any press or put on her Insta that obviously her nan had passed away. So like for me, I was getting like a load of messages and like abuse saying like, oh, like knew you and Mary wouldn't last, like you're both fake as fuck, like da 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 da. And I was like, I want to comment on it so badly, but out of respect for her, I can't. Yeah. So that was very, very tough. And the first like week coming back was tough because everyone was like, yeah, Kaz and Tyler were right, blah, 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 blah. And obviously my thing was that like, I've obviously like fought for our compatibility in there. And then we've come out and it's almost like we've just decided, oh, we're just going to be friends. But it was so much deeper than that. But I couldn't say anything because out of respect for her, it wasn't my place to say, oh, like her nan's passed away and whatever. So I just had to kind of sit back and not say anything. So yeah, that was tough, man. That was tough. So then obviously, yeah, obviously I knew she needed space and time and whatever. And then I kind of reached out to her later on in the week. She didn't get back to me. And then, yeah, it was just kind of, we didn't speak really. We spoke like the day before the reunion and whatever, she messaged me. So yeah, probably more to just to make sure everything was cool, but like it is what it is. There's no sour kind of taste in my mouth. And yeah, like I saw her the other day at Wireless. We're cool, we're friends, like it's all good. After the reunion, we went out, we was partying. Like me and Mez get along really well. So it's never a thing like where like there's any bad blood or anything like that. Like it just wasn't meant to be, and we're friends. So
still, or
what's that, sorry?
Is still potential, or
we'll see, bro. Like we get along really, really well. And like I think it will just be friends and stuff and whatever, but never say never. Do you know what I mean? Who knows? But if you was asking me if I was a better man, I'd say that we'll just be friends. And like obviously I know she's gonna smash it, or kind of whatever she does, and hopefully I do the same. So like I wish her nothing but the best. And like we speak. I spoke to her yesterday actually. So like yeah, we're cool. And yeah, that's that really.
Spoken like a true gentleman, bro. But my partner's obsessed with her, bro. She's watching 24/7, man. She loves it.
Yeah, nah, Mary's such like a cool girl, and she's got like she's got so much going for her. So like she's cool and whatever. So yeah, I know she's gonna do amazing at whatever she does. So yeah, like I say, wish her nothing but the best, and yeah, that's that.
Right. What? And I forgot to ask, in the actual villa, bro. When you guys are like in the room in the bed sleeping, is it just a root fest or what?
It's like one big orgy, bro. Like literally, it's nuts. And like it's so weird because for them it's normal, but for me, the first night, it's like, the hell? Like, what is going on? Like, obviously, when I was with Mary, who's in the bed next to me? Oh, Faye and Teddy. Yeah, so it was nuts. Put it that way. I'm not going to speak too much because I don't want to air people's business, but
Yeah.
it's a weird experience, bro. Like it was, yeah, it's funny. It was really, really funny, but like it's weird because you just get used to it. So like it almost just becomes like normal. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it was funny, man. But it's a surreal experience. Like you would never ever do that anywhere else.
Oh, 100%. Unless you were maybe at high school with all your boys.
Yeah, literally. So like it was nuts, but yeah, it's funny, man. It's funny, but you get used to it, man.
People didn't like try and be quiet in there. Like it was just all good.
Yeah, no, of course, but is that like when it's silent, there's only so much quiet you can be. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously if you look up and like all the sheets are up and stuff, like all the covers are like over, like come on, not my first rodeo, bro. Like I know what's going on. But yeah, so it was funny, man. It was funny, but yeah, it wasn't like you could see everything. It wasn't like X-rated. It wasn't an 18. It was probably maybe like a 12A, like a 15. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a hardcore kind of thing like that.
Hey, all right. That's all right then. Well, what are your plans moving forward, bro? Like from here on?
So, bro, there's loads of stuff that I want to do. I want to do like a fitnessy kind of challenge for charity. So maybe like a marathon or have you ever heard of the David Goggins, the 4-4-48 challenge?
No, what's that?
So you run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah. So like you say at like 12 o'clock, you'd run 4 miles. And then at 4 a.m. you'd run 4 miles. And then at 8 a.m. you'd run 4 miles. And then, yeah, you do that for 48 hours. So something like that, maybe like something like a fitnessy kind of challenge for charity. That would be cool. I'd love to do like presenting, like maybe sports presenting or something like that. I'll play football again 100%. So it's just a matter of kind of when, not if. And yeah, could possibly see me on another TV show. Who knows? There's loads of exciting stuff kind of coming up, and like I love my fashion as well. So I want to try and kind of work my way into the fashion industry. And I actually got invited to Fashion Week on Friday. So that's like, is that tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. So yeah, that's gonna be nuts. So that'll be really exciting. So yeah, love to do some stuff with fashion and working with brands and stuff. So yeah, there's loads and loads that I've got in the pipeline. So just have to kind of play it by ear, see what happens, and yeah, go from there.
That's mad, bro. That's so cool. But I'm gonna go through. I checked a bit of a Q&A up, so I'll just kind of skip through probably some of the main questions for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably won't go through the ones. Can you marry me? When you come to Dylan, you can sleep with me.
Bro, do you know what's crazy? Like, I've actually had a load of messages from people like New Zealand and Australia, and it's like, and do you know what's so strange? So on my bucket list, I've always said New Zealand, I want to bungee jump, and Australia, I want to swim in the Great Barrier Reef. Always, bro. So
all right.
I'll definitely have to make that happen, man. 100%.
We'll keep in touch, bro. And if you come to New Zealand, I'll take you on the ultimate New Zealand experience. We'll go hunting, diving, fishing, everything you can kind of do in New Zealand, bro, we'll do it.
Bro,
liaise it.
I'll hold you to that. I'll hold you to that.
100%, bro. That's us. First one is, how much alcohol do they allow you to have?
Not much. Only 2 drinks a night.
Really?
Yeah. So, I only ever, when I would drink like mixers and stuff. So, yeah. So it was like white wine. It was either white wine, red wine, beer, or rosé. So, or prosecco, I think, as well. I don't know. But yeah, I that was my first time ever drinking white wine, and I drank white wine every day for about 2.5 weeks.
So no one like ever like drunk.
Oh, no, never.
Oh, that's weird. That's you don't.
Yeah, strange. I wasn't too sure if it was like a rumor or not, but yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Yeah,
Shit.
2 drinks.
Is it a lot acting for the cameras?
Nah. Like, there's no acting for the cameras. You don't get told what to do and stuff like that.
What do you think? Or who do you think went on there only for the fame?
Ooh, that's a very good question. Who do I think went on there only for the fame? That's a very good question. From when I went in, no one. There's 100% gonna be people, but I don't know. No one strikes me as like they were just in it from the fame, because when I went in, I was literally the only person that me and Mary were the only people that left single. Maybe Priya. I don't know. Oh, that's a tough question. But
it's almost a bit throwing you under the bus.
yeah, but nah. Do you know? The only reason why I said that is because she closed Brett off very quickly as well. So I feel like she didn't even really give him the opportunity.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know. That's a tough question, man. That's a tough question.
What's the secret about the show no one knows?
Ooh. There's cameras in the toilets. I don't know.
There's cameras in the toilets.
Yeah. Cameras everywhere, bro.
Why in the toilets?
I don't know. I'm guessing if like you try and have a conversation without your mics, or I don't know, if you pass out when you're in the toilet. I don't know. Obviously, it doesn't get like film like that. Obviously, they erase it and stuff. But yeah. So there's like, yeah, there's cameras everywhere, bro. There's no getting away from it.
4/7 watched.
24/7.
Oh, that's weird, bro.
You can't sneeze in there without someone knowing about it. You can't blink in there without no one knowing about it.
This is actually quite an interesting one. How long did it take for the boys and girls to get ready for the night?
Oh my God, the girls, long. All the boys used to sleep, the girls would get ready, and then like literally when we had 20 minutes left, we'd jump in the shower, throw on our clothes. Saying that, Liam took ages to get ready as well. So I would say sometimes it would take the girls up to like 2 hours to get ready.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro. And see me, I'm one of them people. I've always been. I can get ready in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm out of the shower, brush my hair, clothes on, done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no beating around the bush. I don't have to do all of these like crazy makeups and whatever. I get ready so quick. So for me, it was ideal, because then like a lot of the boys would nap. I'd just be just chilling, doing nothing really, and then whilst everyone gets ready. So it was nice to have that little bit of like downtime.
Were you ever bored?
I wouldn't say bored. I was like, sometimes you're like, what can we do? Do you know what I mean? But then towards the end of my experience, there was always like a challenge, or there was something going on. So obviously we had the baby challenge, the golf day, the sex gods challenge, yeah, the striptease one. So there was always something that you was doing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Talent show was loads.
Did you get to pick your outfits for all those, or
no? Only for the for the talent show. Yeah, for the talent show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If you didn't couple up with Mary, who would you couple up with? And I'm going to open it up and go, who would you have coupled up with throughout the whole show? They didn't have to be on while you were on.
Okay, cool. I probably would have coupled up with, if I was at the start, I'd have coupled up with Shannon. No, Shannon. The girl who's literally in there for 48 hours.
Yes, yeah.
So I actually met her for the first time at the reunion and yesterday. She's actually really cool as well. So yeah, I would probably, if I went in at the start, I would have probably coupled up with her. And then throughout the series, if it wasn't Mary, I probably would have coupled up with maybe Abby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe Abby. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's the hard decision, and like obviously me and Chloe get along really well, but now I almost like see her as like a sister. So like the thought of anything like that would just be weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it would just be strange.
Yeah, well, you guys are all like family now, you three.
Yeah, no, 100.
The most fucked up moment not aired.
The most fucked up moment not aired. Ooh. Well, it was aired, but it wasn't. I don't think it was on the main show. When was it on the show when we fell off the swing?
Which swing?
So you know, like the seating bit where it swings.
Yeah.
A lot of people have their chats. So all of the boys were on there once, and it collapsed.
Oh no.
And Tyler busted his ankle. Jake it smacked there was one plank of wood that come down and smacked off Jake's elbow. Like it was nuts. And everyone, we was all sat down, and as Jake sat down, it just went boom. And it was crazy. So yeah, I don't know if that was aired or not, but
it might probably unseen bits. I didn't see the unseen bits ones. So I'm not sure, but heaps here about want a sneaky link in New Zealand. I volunteer. Hundreds of them, actually. Hundreds of them.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Who was your favorite couple?
Chloe and Toby, 100%.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. But bro, do you know what it was like? They're just so like themselves the whole time, and like I feel like the way their journey, like obviously Chloe was pretty settled, and then Toby went like the long way around, and I just feel like it just shows that it was real, the fact that they went away and then came back to each other. But also Millie and Liam are like, bro, they're inseparable. Like in there, they were joined at the hip. Like it was nuts. Like they're literally just, you know, one of them Millie's like one of them girls, you know, like that just wants to like almost be in Liam's like skin. Like one of them. Like they're inseparable, bro. So I love them as well. They're sick. But to be fair, all of the couples in there, Faye and Teddy, Kaz and Tyler, they're all sick in their own kind of rights. So yeah, that's a tough one. But if I had to pick one, I'd definitely say Chloe and Toby.
Did you ever like talk to Liam about like his little mishaps, and like was he like real regretful of it and shit?
Like obviously in there we spoke about it, but like we try not to bring it up too much. Do you know what I mean? And but again, I feel like it's almost worked in their favor because it shows like they've had their kind of mishaps and whatever, and they've ended up together. And I think it's actually worked out better for them because it's probably almost prepared them more for life outside of the villa.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it shows like they're a real couple and they've been through stuff and they're still together. So, and I know that they're very, very happy at the minute. So, yeah.
They look cool, bro. They look so cool.
That's like Liam's like such a cool guy, and Mills is amazing as well. She's funny. So we used to do this thing in there. So it was me against Millie, and we used to make each other jump all the time. And some of them, bro, were so funny. So like, say if I could hear Millie coming down the stairs, I would hide like behind the door, and then when she comes in, I make her jump, and then like she proper scream and that, and it was so funny. But there's loads of stuff like that happens, and like you lot just obviously don't see. But yeah, now Mills is cool as well, man. So yeah, I'm wishing them all the best as well.
Oh, bro, you're a cool group, man. I just like love the vibe. And bro, you are no different to what you are like on the show. You're just open, you're just chill, you're relaxed, you're a good fucking man to talk to. Literally, I talked to you for about 30 seconds. I got a little bit nervous before we started this, I'm not gonna lie. Up until now, up until before it, I was like, yeah, no, we're sweet, we're good. And then about 30 seconds before I saw the email pop up and it said Aaron Simpson's joined the Zoom, and I was like, holy fuck, it's actually happening. But 30 seconds in, bro, it was just like fucking talking to one of my boys. So bro, I appreciate the time. I appreciate you jumping on and sharing a bit of your journey. Fuck, you jumped on a kids podcast in New Zealand. You didn't have to do that, and for you to take time out of your day, 3 or 4 weeks after coming out of the biggest show and probably the planet at the moment, and talk to me, just as a testament to your character, bro. So I appreciate you jumping on, brother. Is there anything you want to finish with?
Nah, just literally thank you for having me, bro. And like I'm just a normal person that I could chat to anyone. So yeah, I just want to say as well, like, appreciate all the love kind of from New Zealand, because I've had a lot of messages like asking me when I'm coming over and stuff, and hopefully we can make that happen soon. But yeah, now honestly, from the bottom of my heart, it does actually mean a lot. So anyone that's been supporting me and showing me love, like from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It does mean a lot. It's crazy for me to even say that, but yeah, nah, it means the world. So yeah, you'll be seeing me soon, hopefully, don't worry. So yeah, man.
We religiously watch Love Island down here in this part of the world. So you'll be a superstar when you come down here, bro.
No, that'll be cool, man. I'd love to come down soon. So yeah, hopefully we can make that happen, man.
Awesome, brother. All right, take care.
Cool.